Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be making a warm kale pesto bowl. So delicious. So let's get started. So good. All right, to start off, you're going to want to prep your ingredients, which is pretty easy. Just wash your broccoli, or if you're using cauliflower, just rinse it, and your kale, and I'm using chickpeas. You can also use chicken if you want, but I just love roasted chickpeas. So drain and rinse your chickpeas, drain and rinse your canned corn. I have pine nuts, Parmesan, about 2 cups of spinach, 2 to 3, and I can put all the ingredients down below with measurements. 1 avocado, 1 lemon, and I have honey, olive oil, salt, and this citrusy garlic seasoning from Trader Joe's, but you can use really any seasoning you want. Since we're using honey, you could do like red pepper flakes for sweet and spicy, but I love this citrusy garlic seasoning. Oh, and pepper. I'll load some pepper. Okay, first things first. We are going to cut our broccoli or cauliflower, whatever you're using. If you're using broccoli or cauliflower, just cut it into small florets. I'm using broccolini, so I'm just gonna kind of cut them in half and take those stems off. That was just what was at the store. We are going to throw them on a pan. So, this. Okay, and with this, we are going to throw our chickpeas on there. Again, if you're using chicken or something, you can cook that accordingly. If you have leftover chicken, you can use that. But just throw about, I just did like 3 handfuls of chickpeas and want leftovers of this too. Once these are on, you're just gonna drizzle with some olive oil and your seasonings. Some salt. Give it a good toss. Just pretty easy to use your hands. Or you can use a spatula. All right, once that's all good to go, we're gonna toss in the oven. My oven's set at 400, and it'll probably bake for about 10 minutes, and we'll check halfway. So now we are going to make our pesto. If you have a food processor, that's great, and if not, you can just use any blender. We are gonna add our spinach. And a little bit of Parmesan. The rest will sprinkle on top. I would say about like a 1/4 cup of pine nuts. That's good. We're also gonna top it with some pine nuts, so make sure you leave some aside for that. And a good dose of olive oil. You can always add more ingredients after you blend and see the texture, and some lemon juice. There we go. Yum. Okay. Good. And then some salt. And some pepper. And then secret ingredient, some honey. Trust me on this one, it's gonna be so good. That's probably like 1/2 tablespoon if you wanna measure. And then blend away. Okay, and from here, you can just add more olive oil or whatever you want to get the right consistency, but mine's pretty thick. I'll get a spoon, or here, let's see if this works. This is about how thick mine is. Beautiful. And we're just gonna set that aside. While we're waiting for the stuff in the oven to finish up, we're gonna prep our kale. So I'm just gonna cut off kind of like the thick stems of them, just because it's kind of hard to chew. And you could even, if you wanted to, like cut the spine out. I mean, you don't have to, but sometimes that's preferred just since it is so thick. And then we're just gonna break it up and put it in our bowl for all of that. And it's kind of easy to take the root stem part off as you're like putting into your bowl, because once you like rip it, it just pretty much comes off. So do that for the rest of your kale. Okay. And the next part is we're just gonna massage our kale. So we're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil and just massage the kale. Very good. You want to massage kale anytime you eat it with olive oil, because by massaging it, you get all of the nutrients out. You get more nutrients out of it than you would if it weren't massaged. So it's very good to do that, even before you like roast it, or if you're eating it raw. And once you start massaging it, it should just sort of like soften up. All right, once it's completely massaged, we're just gonna let it sit until it's ready. We're gonna sprinkle with some salt. All right. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna check. And we're looking good. Just gonna give it all a toss. So at this point, when you toss your vegetables, you can actually put some of your corn on the pan. I'll bring this here. So for my veggies, I'm just gonna take a handful of corn, put it on the pan. 2 handfuls. That's good. Okay, and you don't have to season this if you want. I'll just do like a little salt. Corn doesn't really need seasoning. It's so sweet and good on its own. But then we're just gonna pop back in for probably for about 5 minutes. And then we'll be done. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so we're gonna check it again. And your oven may cook slower or faster. I feel like every oven I've had has been completely different. So make sure this whole time you're just kind of like eyeballing it. But that looks perfect. Okay. Oops. All right, and now we just build our salad pretty easy. So we have our bowl. We're just gonna toss all of our veggies on there. Making a mess over here. Okay, and then we are going to top with the avocado. Put that up there. Delish. Some pesto. This will be like our dressing. It's kind of like a thick dressing. So I'm just gonna put like a spoonful on it for presentation purposes, but then after, just like mix it all in and you can add more if you want. I like my salads to be pretty heavy on like the dressing or pestos, hummus, because it's just so tasty. Okay, now we're gonna sprinkle some pine nuts. Beautiful. And lastly, some Parmesan. And there you have it, a beautiful, warm kale pesto bowl.